I really like the design of Eggman's little base there. It kind of captures like the egg motif without, while still being kind of realistic. It's like a sleek, like modern Star Trek movie kind of design. I like it. Looks nice. Oh. I don't fucking care that much, lady. Like, I don't care about the side quests and all that. You know what I care? Like, I don't care. And the main story is basically complete throwaway. With all this, like, dark Gaia business and all this weird, like, shrine temple shenanigans with rejuvenating chaos emeralds. And, you know, all of it seems like, you know, an excuse plot to me. It feels like the big picture kind of doesn't matter. It's all in service to these fun little moments that you get along the way. It's not about the final destination, it's about the journey you take to get there. Like, the fun that you get from this game is the fun little interactions. With Sonic and Chip traveling around and interacting with all these characters around the world, and having that funny scene with fucking Dr. Eggman being like, ooh. Like, the main draw of this game isn't like in fucking lore analysis or thinking critically about the main story and its themes. It's about... It's basic... The plot is basically an excuse. It's basically a complete excuse plot that doesn't really matter. It's almost like it's not worth thinking about a little bit. What matters is who's Eggman's new little robot buddy there. Which, again, like the chili dogs, it feels like something they took from the Western cartoons and finally incorporated into the series. Because in the Western cartoons, or then Sonic X, which wasn't a Western cartoon, but anyway, in the cartoons, Eggman always had little robot helpers who would, like, be a comedy foil to work off of him. Like, he'd have henchmen. Like, comedy relief henchmen who would typically be really incompetent or unhelpful for him to bounce off of, like another personality to bounce off of. And again, like in Sonic Adventure 2, I talked about, if you're going to have an emphasis on narrative, you can't have it just be a simple, oh, Mario versus Bowser and that's it kind of thing. You gotta have more to work with. You can't just have it be the big bad Koopa by himself. There's not enough there. He's not interesting alone. He needs other characters around him to work on. That's why even in... Come on. That's why even in Paper Mario 1, which was kind of a typical, like, Mario plot where Bowser kidnapped the princess, he still had, like, minion sidekick characters, like Kamek, the little witch who runs around on the broom. Like, she was his henchman who he could, like, have funny comedy relief chemistry to bounce off of with. There would be scenes where they're together discussing their evil plans. And Bowser's a big dumb goofball villain. And she's kind of snarking, and she would kind of snark at him. And that's, like, what they do with Eggman. Because, like, just cut back to Eggman talking to himself, being like, yeah, I'm gonna take over the world, or whatever, let's discuss my evil plan, to myself with no one else around. That doesn't really work, right? You need someone else around for him to bounce his personality off of and get some good comedy potential out of. So that's where you get characters like Scratch and Grounder, or Snively. Or in Sonic X, he also had a couple of robot minions, whose names I don't remember because I don't fucking care. The only reason I remember Scratch and Grounder is because they were from my childhood. So, now that they, like, and even in the games, you had... When it was just Eggman and he didn't have robot sidekicks, he would still have, like, Chaos. And he would talk about Chaos. And he would show up for him as an excuse to give exposition about. And in Sonic Adventure 2, he would have Team Dark and discuss his evil plans with Rouge and Shadow. And in Sonic Heroes, it wasn't even really him, and we never had scenes of him on his own. You know, you can't just cut if you're going to cut away to, and then the bad guy was over here doing this. That Star Wars thing of you gotta cut back to the Death Star and show. Sorry about before, buddy. It's okay. Okay, bye. If you're gonna cut to the Death Star and show Darth Vader discussing, like, here's my evil plan, you gotta have a Grand Moff Tarkin for him to be talking to. What up, Amy? Yeah, it was pretty hot. I am pretty awesome. So, they finally realized, okay, let's do that with the games. Let's give him a robot sidekick. Which, I mean, that kind of just writes itself. I mean, he's Dr. Eggman, he makes robots. You'd think, of course, he would have a robot who's just, like, for, like, chores. You know, a personal assistant, a secretary bot, right? Nope. Stop talking to me. Oh, did I get souvenirs? Oh, yeah, I think I did. Let me give those. If you give him enough souvenirs, he'll sometimes give you sun or moon medals, or give you an upgrade to your camera. Which doesn't matter to me, but if you care about, like, doing all the Dark Gaia exorcism side quests, then it's worth getting all them souvenirs. Again, this game has a lot of natural and unnaturally forced replay value to it, which is pretty cool. Anyway, trying to talk about fucking Ergo, right? Ergo Proxy. They finally gave them like a personal assistant bot who would. Oh no! Oh no! What happened? It's awesome. I mean, when you really think about, like, so much of the Eggman Empire seems like so automated. Where, like, you just have factory assembly lines. He's probably not building each and every robot personally by hand himself, right? So why wouldn't he make a robot to be like, fucking fold my laundry, go get me food, you know, hand me that blueprint, right? And that's kind of what that robot's supposed to be. Like, run the data analysis. And look. See, look. These NPCs from another continent that we know about are here in this other continent, and they're being tourists too, and we could follow this little story, but I won't, because I don't really care. And look, the guys from the Jews from Greece are here too, and I don't really care, but it is kind of cool that they're doing that. And I could talk to her, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to answer her questions. But she would try and interview us and be like, tell me about the world destruction thing. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Okay, now it's up there. Fuck. Come on! The fuck! We totally passed that over. Yeah, we got the jump shoes a little bit too early here. That's what was
Sonic!
That's what was supposed to happen. So this is the cool level. This is the Sonic running along the Great Wall of China level. And it's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty fucking rad and awesome.
Here we go!
Look at this shit. There's just a lot of cathartic appeal to the idea of Sonic running around doing his Sonic thing on a real, like, national monument that we're familiar with in the real world, isn't there? Am I mistaken in that assessment? I feel I am not. I feel like I know what I'm talking about. And look at this cool shit! Oh, that's so rad! Boom. Okay. Ah, fuck. So, they finally gave Eggman, like, a sidekick robot, a comedy foil robot, in this game. Which, again, is part of that, let's just throw everything against the wall and see what works and what doesn't. Some things they experimented with in this game ended up not really sticking, you know? Let's drop Professor Pickle. He's not really gonna be a part of the series anymore. We tried that on. Didn't really fit. But you know, how are you gonna know unless you try? Unless you throw that in there to see if it works. And so, how are you gonna know what works and what doesn't work if you don't try it all out first, right? Man, I missed a lot of fuck. Yay, instant death, bottomless pits. Gotta love them, right? Aesthetically, like, the visual design of all these levels is so great. I love how all of these levels look, but the actual, like, geometry of you running around them leaves a little bit to be desired for me. Like, here we're running on the water, and that's really cool. That's a Sonic-y thing to do. But if we let go of the X button, we would just fall in and drown immediately. And if we didn't hit the ramp, so we're dead. This game's pretty generous with how many lives it gives you, at least. Fuck. Yeah, this is where we're starting to get to the parts of the game that I kind of have a problem with. You see what I'm talking about? We're starting to get to the, oh no, I didn't really like Sonic 1 all that much parts of the game. Where, hey, level design is hard. There we go. Ah, shit. Whew. Almost fucking went down. Like, those first handful of levels really don't have huge problems like that, but we're gonna start seeing that a little bit more and more going forward, where it's like, that's not how the level should be designed for, like, daytime Sonic style of gameplay that you have here. And wow, whatever happened to Lightspeed Dash? No more Lightspeed Dash. We pretty much, like, that's pretty much gone. Again, like, there's so much of the adventure era style of gameplay that's just fuck. Like, they've kind of thrown everything out. And also brought back certain other... No, anyway. I'm trying to fucking talk about Ergo Bros. Little robot buddy of Eggman's, who kept saying Ergo, people really liked him. Like, that was definitely one of the things that they experimented with and tried out in this game that really worked. And everyone's like, yo, he's so cute. Like, check out the cool little Eggman robot. Like, he really made an impact and people liked it. And again, going back to that thing of Sega always being aware of fan reaction and trying to appeal to it, and trying to appeal to what the response they hear back from the fan bases. They heard, yo, we really like Ergo. And they're like, okay, stick with that. Let's carry that forward going from here. They heard no big splash about Professor Pickle. Fuck it. Don't put him in anything anymore. And as you fucking, like, for me, the comedy was pretty on point. Like, I can only speak for myself, but I was fucking giggling like a motherfucker at the scene. That's why I was so quiet, because I just wanted to let it play out and be like, this is fucking hilarious. That shit really made me laugh. Luckily, while we're boosting, there's a bit of magnetism on rings, where if we're running next to a line of rings, it'll kind of traction towards us. Which is, like, at its strongest in this game. Later games will tone that down a little bit. In this game, it's really pronounced that you can just fucking milk the rings towards you by boosting next to them. But the unfortunate thing about Ergo, and he doesn't get a name, that's why I call him Ergo, because he says Ergo. There was a lot of fun little like fan nicknames for him in this game, because he didn't get an official name. So people would call him Ergo. There was another name I forget, and people would call him like Robot 5 ASS, Sassy. He's a sassy bot. Yeah, his early name was, I think it's 5A55. Yeah, I think that's it. For sass, because he's so sassy. I want to get it right. It's like, I want to say it's either 5A55 or 5ASS. I feel like it probably wouldn't be 5ASS, right? Yeah, SA55. Okay, that was SA55. Because he's so sassy. Like that really stuck out for people. And I mean for good reason. I love Sassy Bot. He's so fucking good. Like, why would you design? That goes back to that whole discussion I had about like robot sentience with Eggman's robot, where it's like, motherfucker, why would you design your robot to be a sassy little bitch? Why would you design... Hold on. Aww, I just want to be with you. In both respects of the designation. I want to be physically with you, and I want to get with you, girl. You know? Yeah, fuck you. Just wanted to make sure I was going to the right level next. But it's, again, like with the gameplay itself, it feels very experimental and prototypical. It doesn't feel like they really had it nailed. It feels like it's there, but you need to, it needs work, right? It's there, but way too many bottomless pits. It's there, but needs a little bit more refinement. I like your sass, and he has a really nice visual design. But it needs a little bit of refinement. Again, why would Eggman design his fucking robots to be sassy? Fucking Eggman, you're such a bad programmer. You accidentally imbue your creations with sapience. And it also makes me think of does Ergo, is he powered by... Do we get the Lightspeed Dash? We must, right? Oh. Is Orbot powered by a little sass? Is Ergo... He has a lot of names. Because he hasn't been given an official name yet. Is Sassybot powered by a little animal bunny? Because they really kind of got away from that. They really got away from the whole Badniks being powered by animals thing. I feel like after Sonic Heroes, that just stopped being a thing. And that bums me out, because that's like always been one of my favorite things about the Badniks, is they got little animal buddies inside them, and you gotta bust up all the bots in order to save your buddies. So that is something I lament losing out on as the series went forward, is less and less of that. To the point where, at this point, you break open a Badnik and you just get a weird yellow crystal that's like an experience points meter, and there are no little animals. Where are the little animals? So it makes you wonder, like, is Orbot powered by a little animal? You would think no, but I think it'd be funny if he was. I think it'd be funny if Sassybot was powered by a little animal. There's a little animal shoved in there, and he's like, "Fuck you, Eggman! I'm gonna sass the shit out of you." To me, that's something that makes it funnier to me. But I feel like probably not. Like if you ask the creators, they'd probably be like, "No." Either way, it's clear that he has, like, a personality. And it just continues to raise our question of Eggman. It's clear that you are a terrible programmer. Like, you're a great inventor, terrible programmer. Like, you really don't know what you're doing when it comes to actually... like, putting the ones and zeros in, you know? Ah, shit. So, this here, Rooftop Run, is by far the best level in the entire game. To this day, people look back on this level and be like, dude, what a fucking amazing Sonic level. What a fantastic fucking level. A level that's like, this is the appeal of Sonic. This is what it's all about.
Go! Go!
Wanted to give the music a little moment there, because fucking great music in this level, dude. Listen to that violin, bro. Like, there's just something about this level that, like, it fucking nails it. When you think of, like, this is what makes Sonic fun. This is the appeal of the Sonic games. Like, if you wanted to think of a game, like, a level that you'd be like, this is what is emblematic of Sonic, you wouldn't go to Casino Night Zone. Like, that's a level in a Sonic game that people always really like. But if you had to pick a level to be like, this level captures the appeal of Sonic as, like, an idea, as, like, a concept, as a gameplay, as a game icon, you might have people going with this level. Like, the music, the level design, the level design for this level is fucking impeccable. Just the sensation of running forward, of that sensation of speed. Just, oh, it feels so fucking good. I feel like, what can you even say about it? It's like so self-demonstrating. Like, look at it. I'm not even doing that well. And it's still like, dude, this level's so fucking good. Oh man, I can't even talk, I'm just having fun. Oh, just the biggest smile on my face right now. I can't even say anything. I'm just, yes, I'm playing Sonic. Woo! Oh, look at this moment! So fucking good, dog! Oh god, there we go.
Feeling good.
Yeah, for some reason this part can screw me up sometimes because of the grinding. Ah, shit. Man, I had a lot of rings. Yeah, so, like, I have a tendency of falling off of the grinding during that part. Right at the end, right when I start trying to talk about stuff. It's the LP curse, I tells ya. The LP curse, I tells ya. Right at the end, I started fucking up. But man, like, that level's just so fucking good! Like, man! That's Sonic the Hedgehog. That's like... I feel like that sums it up, you know? I feel like, why do you like Sonic more than Mario? Fucking that. Right there. Fucking nailed it. That's so emblematic of what the appeal of this character, of this style of gameplay is. And it's like, that was kind of the moment where it's like, they nailed it. They nailed the gameplay. This is what Sonic is supposed to play like. This is how Sonic should play. This is the way Sonic is meant to be. You're not the only person who's asked that question, Amy. Some people are kind of weirded out by the fact that, oh, the world's blown up, but no one really seems to give a shit. Because they're idiots who don't understand tone. Nope, didn't. Fuck.